The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of my Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. Y'all really acting like this on Kento Nanami's birthday? Really? Really? Okay, today's look is giving sexy mouse. So anyway, hey y'all, it's Harriana and I'm back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harriana. Welcome to or welcome back to the pirate ship, also known as Harry Hook's pirate ship. I am the captain. You are not my first mate. I don't got no first mate because you want to know why. Bring your ear closer to the speaker so you can hear me clearly. Nobody's worthy of being the first mate. But hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harriana and I like to make content based on nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find with those. Today's video is going to be a bit of a rant, a quick thoughts one, like how a lot of my older videos used to go, because I saw something that just genuinely pissed me the fuck off and I want to rant about it more so because this is a safety concern. And yeah, so recently it's not a secret that a lot of people are out here struggling when it comes to dating. Okay, I get it, dating apps suck, I understand it. And what really made me think of this is that I found out that people were joining running clubs as a way to, you know, find a wife, find a husband, find a partner, find a boyfriend, find a girlfriend, all of that stuff. Well, I just have some thoughts and opinions about that because I noticed that the same thing that is going on with these running clubs is also going on with cosplay just as well. The cosplay community especially. This is something that I have noticed heavily within like the last 2 years, and this one situation right here really showed me that this is going to become a bigger problem than it already is. Okay, my hair is kind of bothering me. I'm like, why is it like it's sticking up right here? I'm gonna be right back. Give me a second. Anyways, what I was saying, I'm not even doing any self-promotion stuff right now. I'll do it real quick. I'm having a 4th of July sale for my merch. The link to that is down below if anybody's interested. But the half off sale does not apply to any of the restocked items. So any of the items that are listed on the restock, the sale doesn't apply to those, but it applies to everything else. So yeah, let me get back into this. So if you guys are not familiar with what is going on here, as we said, a lot of people are joining communities solely for the purpose of finding a date, finding a husband, finding a wife, finding an apartment. That's how I know I'm tired. And before I go any further, because I know somebody gonna try to make it seem like I said something else in this video that I did not, there is nothing wrong with wanting to find a partner that has the same interest as you. I think it's actually a great thing to be romantically involved with somebody that likes a lot of the same things as you do. I do think nerdy people should date other nerdy people because I have seen numerous things online and like in person too just as well where people's partners will be mean to them about like their nerdy interests and whatnot. If you guys watch my video where I was talking about the entire gojo tattoo situation, I would have that link down below. But in that situation, it has a lot to do with a woman who was really into anime and she was really into Jujutsu Kaisen and had a crush on gojo, and her fiance, her husband to be, was not happy about it. He never really liked the fact that she was into anime, and he didn't like the fact that she had a big crush on gojo, a fictional ass man that doesn't exist. I'm telling you, it was concerning. Now moving forward, there is a convention called DreamCon. And I have to inform you guys about what DreamCon is first of all, because I like to sit and think that the general public knows what it is, but then I remembered that the nerd community, the cosplay community, the gaming community is not the general public. So let me, come on. Sit down, let me tell you. DreamCon is a convention that happens every year in Texas. If you guys are familiar with like black anime content, yeah, that's probably like RDC World over there. I remember they were really big when I was like in high school, and they're much more popular now than what they used to be. But that con is their convention that they started, and they have it every year at the end of July. That pretty much all you need to know. And when it comes to conventions, a lot of conventions for the most part, the space has been like, you know, white as hell. Very white. There was very much not any POC up in the building. POC of darker skin specifically. I have talked to older nerdy black people in the past, and they have told me that DreamCon is something that they never would have thought they have seen like back in the 90s and like the early 2000s and even in the 2010s, because it just wasn't seen as like a thing for us to go to. So that is like some background on DreamCon. It is a black nerdy convention, even though anyone is allowed to go. There have been more black conventions that have been popping up in the past. I will be going to BlurredCon next week, so yeah, if you're going, hope to see you there. I'm having a panel, so but there is a panel that is going to be taking place at this year's DreamCon as of right now. As I'm speaking, it is still on the schedule, and it's called How to Pick Up Anime Baddies. That title alone deeply concerns me. Now, there are two major things that I want to bring up in relation to why this worries me. One, it's just having to do with the overall nerdy community in general. And two, we have to talk about the situation that happened with Holiday Matsuri in December of 2023. So the first thing I want to bring up about like just the community in general, her name is Renegoddess. I know her name is like Kayla. She's a really cute cosplayer. I like a lot of her cosplays. She mentioned something along the lines of how women are often not allowed in these nerdy spaces. Like they're not allowed in wrestling, cosplay, gaming, anime, all of that jazz. Like a lot of them just aren't welcomed in these spaces because of this thing we have called misogyny. It's so weird to me. It's so freaking interesting to me that for the longest within these nerd spaces, we just were felt as if we didn't belong here. And now that more and more and more of us are popping up and it's obvious that we're not going anywhere, there are other issues that are coming along with that. And we have seen a different type of misogyny that has risen in this community that is much more present now than what it used to be, because there have always been issues with just like, hey, please, cosplay is not consent, don't, we've always had those type of problems, but now it's like remix misogyny. Now that there are more women and femme presenting people within these spaces, it's very much kind of giving jealousy low-key to a certain extent. As much as y'all want to admit it, women and femme presenting people be running fandom. The girls gays and the theys be running fandom specifically. But when we come into these spaces, we are often questioned by men about how much of something that we know. Like you can sit here and tell a dude that you like anime and he'll be like, oh, name all the characters in fucking Dragon Ball Z. Bitch, why don't you name me 5 Josei mangas? Can you do that, Hal? Can you do that? No. You can't even name me 10 seinen mangas, so. We get questioned, belittled simply for being different within these spaces and whatnot, question if we really like these things or whatnot, because a lot of dudes think that women pretend to like the things that they like because it will literally like make them attracted to them, which that is true. There are women out here and femme presenting people that do find interest in certain things because a guy that they like it, but half the time that isn't just not the case. They just genuinely have an interest in that thing. So we have to deal with the constant questioning of if we're really into this stuff, but then we also have to deal with the factor of just now that we're in these spaces, can you not hit on me, please? Like, please don't do that. Now the situation that I'm going into next has to do with Hallmat. Holiday Matsuri, Hallmat for short, is an annual convention that takes place in Orlando, Florida every year in December. It is a Christmas themed convention. It is usually a lot of people's last event of the year, like convention wise and all that shit. It's a lot of people's last art shows. It's a lot of last people's workshops, all of that jazz. It is just not a panel. It is a convention that just like ends everything off, and then, you know, next year the new con season starts. Now, there was a situation where their water within the hotel room that they had, I actually talked about this before on my channel, by the way. I will have the link to that down below. I go way more into detail about that over there if you're interested in knowing more about that situation there. But there was a situation where somebody roofied the water. Yes, literally roofied the fucking water. The fucking water at the hotel. as a way to SA women and femme presenting people. Mind you, when I say misogyny hurts all of us, it most definitely does, because it wasn't just women and femme presenting people drinking that water. A lot of men were drinking that water. A lot of families go to conventions too, just as well. People tend to forget that conventions are all ages events for the most part until the after hours, past like 8 o'clock. There were literal children drinking the water too. The ambulance stayed at the damn hotel the entire weekend. There were numerous people going to the emergency room. So many people were getting sick. It was a hot ass mess, and a lot of people were very disappointed with Hallomart not handling it correctly, because this was brought to their attention before the convention had happened. It was brought to their attention months before, and they didn't do anything. And as of now, they're still trying to cover up the entire situation that happened, and they are never hearing the infinite. People are still going off of them about what the fuck happened at Hallomart in 2023. It was an actual catastrophe. The situation with Hallomart and the numerous stories I have heard in the past at people getting roofied at these convention parties, all of that jazz, especially a lot of these cosplay events, these gaming events, all of that. Mind you, I'm saying that this is not just a problem within like the nerdy community, because Coachella and all these big ass music festivals have the same problems too, just as well. It's just in a different font over here. That is why panels like this bother me. Because we already have so many rampant issues with misogyny alone. But also, this is something that really like confused me, because I am somebody who has presented numerous panels in the past. If you guys are watching this channel, you have probably seen me present panels at MobileCon. Thank you so much for coming, by the way. I felt like I didn't get on here and privately tell you guys thank you for coming. I really did appreciate it. But I presented panels in Alabama. I presented panels in Florida. It's a really good way for me to network and like meet new people, but also get to like connect with my supporters and whatnot. When I look at the guidelines for what you can and cannot submit for panels for these conventions, a lot of them strictly prohibit panels that have to do with the subject of dating. And what do I mean when I say the subject of dating? They usually say that it is, if you're trying to pick up people, this is not the thing for you. We're not doing that here at this con. And I know speed dating especially is one that is banned if you're trying to like date your fictional waifu or whatever the fuck people be doing. That is banned too, just as well. That is more so for the safety of everyone overall, because like I said, these are all ages events. There are specific conventions out here that are for that type of stuff. There are specific events out here that are 18 plus. There is one con, it used to be called Waifu XL, but it's not called that anymore. It is an NSFW convention. Like, there are cons out here specifically for that type of thing. A lot of these conventions out here are family friendly events up until the after hours, after 8 p.m. like I said. So this entire thing about picking up anime baddies panel is deeply concerning how we got approved, because so many other conventions strictly prohibit stuff like this. And I know that when it comes to these black ran cons, they want to have panels that like cater more towards us. They want to be able to do things differently than the white conventions, the white ran conventions specifically, because there are a lot of white ran conventions that I went to that I have seen numerous POC at. Because I remember there was one black ran con in the past. It was specifically BlurCon. It was an after hours panel too, just as well. And it was a panel that was informing people about what work is really like. And I think that is something that is genuinely important, because on social media we have just seen a rise in a lot of misinformation spread about the subject of sex work, and I was glad to see that that was there. One of my mutuals, I watched the stream on their Instagram when they streamed it, but it was a very informative panel, and like I said, it was at 11 o'clock at night, the hours where anyone under 18 had to be gone. That anime baddies thing, that was concerning. That is deeply concerning, because that is not the same thing about that. And I looked at the description for that panel too just as well, and it was talking about mental health and like dealing with the people in the community and shit like that. But I'm just like, you named it how to pick up anime baddies, and that genuinely just is off-putting. And I am no way, shape, or form saying that you should not be within communities and try to date people here, okay? People were trying to write this off as like, shouldn't people be dating people that have interests, like the same interests as them? And I was like, oh, they most definitely should. But if you are solely joining something simply for the fact of looking for a partner, there is going to be a lot of fuckery that comes along with that. I most definitely am sorry, because looking at this entire situation with the running clubs, how people are joining the running clubs to find a partner, a lot of these people don't even like running. They don't even fucking like running. They're literally over here making themselves damn miserable because they're trying to find a partner through this. Like, come on, y'all. Mind you, I know numerous people who have found partners in the cosplaying, gaming, and nerding community overall. Like, I have a friend that is an artist and is dating another artist because they met that friend through art and all of that jazz. Like, there is nothing wrong with finding people within the community and dating them eventually, but it's not solely you going after them, because you know, you gotta have hobbies. You have to find things that you genuinely like. You have to actually like going to these places. If you don't like being here in this environment, or you're constantly looking for someone, it makes people uncomfortable and it makes them not want to talk to you. I'm sorry, if you're solely going to an anime convention trying to hook up with women, good luck, Charlie. Because I remember at one point, it was a con that I went to, they ended up banning signs because there were so many men that were walking around with signs that were like, I'm looking for my anime bae and shit like that. Like, huh? But like all the other people that I have found that they were talking about how they have met their partners through communities like this, it very much started off as they were friends, they had similar interests and whatnot, and it just came along naturally. It wasn't them solely coming into this space looking for a partner. It's just so freaking irritating. I'm sorry, it's just annoying how we have to worry constantly about being uncomfortable and feeling safe within these spaces that already makes us feel excluded to begin with. And now we have panels like this shit getting approved. Yeah, I have an attitude. I most definitely have one. But that is just me running my damn mouth. Okay, that's just pretty much all I had to say. I didn't want to make this video super duper long like my usual ones, but I was really like concerned when I saw that, and I just had to talk about why it bothered me a bit, because I saw it a few days ago, but then today I saw more people talking about it, and that more so had to do with the fact that a lot of us were able to process it a little bit as to why it was a bit upsetting. And a lot of people were talking about how it frustrated them because they submitted panels to this convention, like panels about like art and media and all that shit. It was like very interesting stuff that I was seeing people were turning in, and it got turned down for this shit. It got turned down for this shit. Like, cons are not dating events. Cons are not dating events. They make shit for that. We have dating apps. Like, come on, y'all. Pookie, we gotta get it together. Let's get some decorum, please. Let's get some decorum, please. Don't solely join a community simply for the fact of looking for a partner if you don't actually like the shit that is happening here. Because one thing I have noticed with a lot of these dudes that be coming into this space, they don't even be cosplaying. Like, they don't even be fucking cosplaying, and they still come in here and just make everybody uncomfortable. Like, and then somebody else said something along the lines talking about everybody who goes into that panel about to be getting the side eye from everyone from the entire weekend. The con ain't even happened yet, and people are already worried. This is genuinely concerning, but that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna cut it off here because we're at the 20-minute mark on my fucking camera. I don't want to waste any more time just ranting about this. I'm done. I need to get it out. I hope y'all like this look that I was giving y'all today. I'm feeling it, okay? It's giving Aaliyah with the mouse ears. Okay, y'all always tell me I look like Aaliyah. Y'all stay be telling me I look like Toni Braxton. Y'all always telling me that I look like fine women, so thank you. But that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Shop all that shit down below. Yeah. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, night, whatever time of the day you chose to watch this video. I'm just thankful that you watched it with the ads on. Alright, thank you. Goodbye.